Sabi ni Elusives, kaya nga, they're selling it too hard. I get it. Yan. That's actually a good observation. So, in many instances, such as this one, it's the person, like Secretary John Vic, or the manner in which he gives out information leads the public into greater doubt. Diba? Dapat nga, he might have to recognize na parang mali yung approach niya. If he really wants to persuade the public, then bring out the experts, and explain the procedure. Unfortunately nga, it appears na si Sec John Vic ay kulang pa sa kaalaman tungkol sa mga prosesong ito. Sabi ni Strictly, the way they handle this Cabral matter, every step of the way shows once again their incompetence. Katawa-tawa yung fact na nagsispekulate tayo. We accept anything except the info the government is putting out. Good observation. Totoo yan. Ganyang kababa ang ang trust natin sa authorities, lalong-lalo na sa administrasyon na ito, na mas naniniwala pa tayo or maraming naniniwala pa doon sa mga sabi-sabi o impormasyon na nanggagaling sa labas o sa pribadong sektor o sa minsan sa mga tambay sa kanto, minsan kapani-paniwala pa yon kaysa sa mga impormasyon na nanggagaling sa official sources. Sabi ni Strictly, John Vic's just earning the public ire, not admiration sa mga ginagawa niya publicly. Kailangan niya ng PR and comms overhaul kung i-insist niya talaga yung viability niya as a presidential candidate. Ako, I wouldn't give him hope. Sorry. Bakit ko siya bibigyan ng pag-asa na may pagkakataon pa siya dun sa kanyang presidential ambitions? Nasa sa kanya na. sorry. I don't mean to be mean. Gayon pa man. So, yun na nga, ito, puro ganito eh. Sabi ni Amsdale, I heard it somewhere but I don't recall who said DNA result confirms it was Cabral. Was there actually an official announcement on the DNA findings? O, ang nakikita lang natin is yung mga reactions. Sandali Ayun. Sabi ng Philippine Star, ayun, nauna nang iniulat ni DILG Secretary John Vic Remulla na natukoy na umano sa pamamagitan ng autopsy na si Cabral ang natagpo ang bangkay sa baba ng bangin sa Benguet. Ngunit iginiit ng forensic expert sinong forensic expert ang ginamit niya? Si Sir Edsel, tama ba? Na ang autopsy ay hindi para sa pagtukoy ng pagkakakilanlan, kundi upang alamin ang sanhi at paraan ng pagkamatay. Sabi rin ni Remulla na may DNA sample na na-recover sa crime scene na aniyay nakatulong sa pagkumpirma ng pagkakakilanlan ng biktima. DNA sample recovered from the crime scene? Teka. Ang DNA sample could have been taken from the victim herself. Bakit from the crime scene? Unless they are considering the possibility of foul play. Again, this is we're just asking questions here. Nilinaw daw ng isang government forensic expert na ang DNA na nakuha sa biktima lamang ay hindi sapat o konklusibo maliban kung ito ay i-cross-match sa mga DNA samples mula sa mga agarang kamag-anak gaya ng anak ng biktima. So, tama. Sinasabi dito kasi parang ang pagkasabi kasi ni Sec John Vic ay base lang dun sa isang sample ng DNA ang conclusion nila na si Undersecretary Cabral po yon. Sa totoo lang, hindi nila kailangan sabihin yun. Ang identification kasi ng kamag-anak katulad ng asawa normally ay conclusive. However, pagka may ganitong duda, yung DNA po ang ginagamit. So, yung binabasa natin yung Philippine Star na report. Sa kasalukuyan, wala pang ganitong cross-matching na naisagawa matapos ibunyag ng mga autoridad na tumanggi ang mga anak ni Cabral na magsumiti ng DNA samples kaya't hindi makapagbigay ng tiyak na kumpirmasyon ang mga forensic examiners sa pagkakakilanlan ng yumao sa pamamagitan ng genetic testing. So, ayan. Autopsy at DNA. So, you can refer this, Filipino Star ngayon. December 23, 2025. Ang title ng article ay Autopsy at DNA ni Cabral pinuna ng forensic experts. Yes, ma'am, hindi ko po mahanap yung salamin ko. Ay, wait. Tama po kayo. Thank you for the reminder. Kanina hindi ko mahanap. Ngayon nakita ko na. Thank you. Ay, wala rin dito yung... ito yung luma. Yay, nahanap ko yung luma ko. Yung kanina. Okay, sige. Thank you po for the reminder na kailangan ko mag-glasses. Sabi ni Robert Nuida, are you and Claire in good terms? We're not on bad terms. Magkakilala kami personally, pero ang kilala niya is yung isang family member namin. Kilala niya personally. Nakikita sila sa court. Sabi ni Melon, di ba blackmail din yung ginawa ni Sec Remulla na di ibibigay ang cadaver pag di isurrender yung electronic device ni USEC? Let's see what the results of that. Akala. Dali, sinesearch ko lang po. Tingnan natin kung ano yung... let's see what the reports are about this. For some reason, biglang nag-slow down yung aking internet. Ayan. Sabi daw ni... so ito yung circumstances, ha? Nag-direct ang Office of the Ombudsman na yung mga autoridad sa Benguet ay dapat magkustudiya ng cellphone at ibang gadgets ni DPWH Undersecretary Cabral amidst its ongoing investigation in the flood control scam. Sa Philippine Star po ito. Sabi ni Assistant Ombudsman Miko Clavano, Cabral's cellphone and other gadgets should be turned over to investigators at the proper time. We need her phone at all cost. All caps pa yun. So walang nakalagay na walang release ng body. Ito. Secretary John Vic Remulla has ordered an autopsy and DNA test on the body found in the ravine. Wala pong nakalagay dito. Ayun, police officers who were first on the scene also committed lapses when they turned over Cabral's cell phone and other gadgets which may contain relevant information related to flood control to her family. So, hindi ko nakikita yung kanyang statement na dapat If Secretary Remulla indeed said that, compelling the family to turn over the cell phone, otherwise they would not release the body. If it is not contained in the law, and it is not, yes, it could be construed as coercion. Kino-compel niya yung pamilya to do something against their will. Dapat, ihiningi niya yan through a court order. Sabi ni Julia, si Kong Leviste daw ang nag-post tungkol dyan. So, like I said, kung totoo yan, then yes, may liability si Sec Remulla or he could be vulnerable to a charge of coercion or grave coercion. Sabi ni Ma'am Tina, actually, I would have believed, without a doubt, she's unalive kung hindi lang putak ng putak si Sec. His statements cast doubt about her death. So yun nga, in fact, that was the topic of our live the day before na hindi pwedeng kasi si Sec John Vic, pinagtatawanan niya or naiirita siya or nagre-react na siya tungkol dun sa mga sa mga taong he calls conspiracy theorists na nag-i-insist na it's not Sec Cabral, she's probably not unalived, yung mga ganon. And in fact, di ba, he made that comment about yung itulak sa bangin, at itulak doon para makita kung totoo. His impatience is misplaced because, number one, public official siya, he has taken it onto himself to be the person who will, who would give out information. Yan, he took it on himself to be the spokes. He should not be impatient with the lack of trust ng publiko. Kasi minsan yung lack of trust na yun ay nangyayari base dun sa previous actions niya. Sabi ni Stephen Ong, what? Presidential ambition? I think so far kasi ang sinasabi niya is parang he's open to the possibility. Sabi ni Jed, bakit kailangan pa ng DNA test? Bakit basag ba mukha o naaagnas na? Di naman kakamatay lang, bakit di makikilala kung si Cabral yun, kalokohan? Okay, I get where you're coming from. Ang sinasabi ni Sir, nawala ko. Ang sinasabi ni Sir is, bakit? In doubt ba yung identity? Ako, ang tingin ko, it's the doubt is coming from the public. Pero kasi nga, kung hindi ganun ka doubtful, in other words, kung makikita naman at a later date yung pictures and it is very clear yung identity nung body, then you're right, hindi necessary yung further, yung testing to determine identity. Sabi ni Elusives, kaya nga, they're selling it too hard. I get it. Yan. That's actually a good observation. So, in many instances, such as this one, it's the person, like Secretary John Vic, or the manner in which he gives out information leads the public into greater doubt. Diba? Dapat nga, he might have to recognize na parang mali yung approach niya. If he really wants to persuade the public, then bring out the experts, and explain the procedure. Unfortunately nga, it appears na si Sec John Vic ay kulang pa sa kaalaman tungkol sa mga prosesong ito. Sabi ni Digitalian, in short, walang tiwala ang mga tao sa naratiba nila. Sabi ni Amsedel, di ba nakakabahala na sabi ng first responder na nagtagpuan yung katawan ni Cabral na naka-fetal position? Because it is very impossible na naka-fetal position siya kung nahulog siya o inihulog due to the law of gravity. It is either nakatihaya o nakadapa. Napakahirap tumagilid dahil modules ka lang sa snow, di ka na makagalaw, yun pang sa mataas na lugar. Depende po yan, ma'am, ha? Marami pong factors that will result in a certain position. Bakit? Depende. Sa hangin, hindi natin alam kung mahangin dun sa bangin. Posible, posibleng hindi. May natamaan ba siya on her way down? Buhay pa ba nung bumaba, nung pagkabagsak? Kasi posibleng gumalaw. So, hindi tayo, based on the available information na binibigay, parang hindi pa rin tayo makakakonclude kung reasonable po yung position na nahanap o hindi. Pero, agree ako that we should keep asking questions. Yes, even about that. Sabi ni Ses, meron naman tayong forensic expert sa NBI. Hindi yung mga medical legal, yes. Sabi ni Maisug 14, meron naman sigurong identification, ID sa kanyang katawan, na kakakilanlan sa katawan. Well, posible po yun. There's also the circumstances and identification ng next of kin. Sabi ni Jed, nabasa ko po yan. Sabi ni Melon, sorry po, parang mali yung info ko. Well, hindi siya exactly mali kasi kung yung info mo was, yun nga, mayroong supposedly DNA test report, hindi po si Sec John Vic lang ang naglabas nun. I think, ang sabi dito is, it might have been Kong Leviste. Sabi ni R21, di ba pwedeng kasuhan si Jay Remulla kung hindi ibigay ang bangkay sa pamilya na dahil lang sa personal cellphone ni Cabral? Well, like I said, he's vulnerable to that. I'm not saying na magiging automatically guilty. A court will have to determine that. In other words, maaari siyang ihabla. Sabi ni Sam James, how about yung CCTV sa hotel, yung in and out time nila at timestamp? Paano relevant yung time? Because I understand, twice sila pumunta dun sa jump off point. Pinaalis sila ng police, they went to the hotel, they check in, and then in the afternoon, they went back. So, ano yung significance po ng timestamp? Ma'am, hindi po muna ako magsasagot ng mga katanungan na out of topic. Yung mga katanungan ng ng mga ibang napakalayong mga topic ay siguro po pagka yun ang pinag-uusapan natin. Otherwise, if you're in need of a lawyer, kailangan po na kumonsulta po kayo sa abogado, dalhin niyo po lahat ng inyong mga dokumento para mas maayos ang magiging abiso sa inyo. Sabi ni Ruben, mayroong issue sa identity ni Yusek at hindi ma-identify ng government, posibleng may mekus-mekus. Kung mayroong issue sa identity ni Yusek at di ma-identify ng gobyerno, posible may mekus-mekus. Pwede. Hi, Kishin. Ignore it, please. Ay, napindot ko na. Sabi ni Esther, may kakatagpuin ba si Yusek Cabral? Balik nang balik siya sa lugar. From what I understand, doon sa sinabi ng driver, it was an impression na parang may gagawin doon or may ka-meeting doon or something. Hindi naman blatantly sinabi. O yan, mas maganda itong si G. Tagal na po, attorney, nawala ka sa Spox. Sa The Spox. Sa 26 po. We'll be back on The Spox on the 26th. See? Walang issue. Sabi ni I2 Chronicles, wag na po tayo magtalo-talo, namataan po si Sec Cabral. Bumibili ng tusok-tusok sa Baguio Night Market. Before or after? Sabi ni Chato, bakit yung suot niya sa hotel sa video, kulay black yung shirt or blouse niya, yung nakaupo siya sa picture parang pink, nagpalit siya ng damit, tapos may isang post na sumilip sa lugar, may dugo daw mula sa taas hanggang sa baba. That's very interesting. Well, kailangan ma-verify natin na solid yung mga ganyang observations. Yung sa video sa hotel, it will depend then on the quality of the video, ha? Gayun pa man, these are interesting questions to ask. Sabi ni S2P, yung car po ba na ginamit is naimbestigahan din po ba? Hindi po nilalagay sa mga balita o sa mga nilalabas na impormasyon. So wala po tayong so the presumption is hindi. Sabi ni Gamora, tanim bangkay, aray. According to News 5, sabi ni Bench, Benguet Police Director that is in charge of Cabral's death probe is on medical leave. May conflict po ba? Kailan po nag-medical leave? Now o noon pa? Before, after, during the investigation? And talaga po bang may medical leave? I'm not sure if it's even relevant. Oh. Okay. Sabi ni G, ito naman si Shelo Magno, napaka-selective yung fight for corruption. Napansin nyo kasi, yan, tuloy akala niya. Kayo talaga. Ako kasi, pag irritating yung tao, hindi ko na binabasa o pinapanood. Ma'am Miriam says, nakahabol sa live, pero syempre kasama sa team replay para maumpisahan ang topic. Ay, salamat ma'am. Sabi ni Amsidel, meron nabanggit si John Vic, si Sec John Vic, na wala daw bloodstain sa sasakyan. Ooh. Interesting. Sabi ni Winston, saan galing si Cabral during that time nung buhay pa siya? Bakit napaka-fresh after sa hearing, tinakot dahil hindi pumabor sa kabila ang huge secret of corruption, tinago ang stories, yan ang goal nila. Posible. Or guluhin. Pwede rin, hindi na ma-deny yan eh. Sana wag na lang makisali ang Reds, sabi ni Edsology. 2028 is between pink and green and maybe blue as a jester. Pero meh. Pag hindi nyo po napa-exit si BBM, kita-kit sa 2028, tayo-tayo rin sa finish line. I agree. Sino bang may gustong makisali yung mga pula dyan? Di ba? Magulo yan eh. Sabi ni Sai, Touchstone na lang. Si Syra Touchstone, hindi lang walang trust sa kanya, talaga lang pong walang trust sa government. Kaya pag na-release ang info, kahit sino sa government officials, may doubt ang taong bayan. Correct. I agree with that. Sabi ni Lovely, daming possibilities sa pagka-unalive ni Cabral. Totoo. And hindi na satisfy ang publiko sa mga sinasabi ni Sec John Vic. Sabi ni Don, bakit? Ayan na naman po. Sabi ni Strictly, the way that, alam nyo, pagka sinabi ng hindi ganon, ito classic Pinoy, no? Observation lang. Di ako nagagalit, di kita ibablock or anything like that. Pero ako, observation ko, pag sinabi ng tao na ayaw niya yung ganito, tapos merong mga sutil na gustong mang-asar, tapos gagawin niya exactly yung sinabi, remember that it can be taken two ways. Pwedeng maasar sa iyo yung tao, pwedeng masakyan at matawa lang. And you never know what happens. Well, you will not be able to predict that. Next, sabi ni Strictly, the way they handle this Cabral matter. Every step of the way shows once again their incompetence. Katawa-tawa yung fact na nagsispekulate tayo. We accept anything except the info the government is putting out. Good observation. Totoo yan. Ganyang kababa ang ang trust natin sa authorities, lalong-lalo na sa administrasyon na ito, na mas naniniwala pa tayo or maraming naniniwala pa doon sa mga sabi-sabi o impormasyon na nanggagaling sa labas o sa pribadong sektor o sa minsan sa mga tambay sa kanto, minsan kapani-paniwala pa yon kaysa sa mga impormasyon na nanggagaling sa official sources. Sabi ni G, what's your take on the husband? I don't have one. Ayon kay Sec John Vic, dun sa isang statement niya, ang autopsy was witnessed by the husband. So, wala, no judgment on this. Unang-una kasi, this is a grieving family. Ayoko po talagang, unless ang actions ay masyadong out of the ordinary. Pero wala pa po akong nakikitang reason para pagsuspetsahan any family member sa ngayon. Sabi ni Denzel, hi, just got home, fresh from work. Hi po. Sabi ni Yer, may insertion ba si Ridon? Yan ang sabi ni Congressman Leviste. Sabi ni Sam, siguro kung hindi sangkot ang first family dyan sa mga proponents, ay maagang ilalabas ni Sec Dizon yung listahan ni Cabral, payabangan pa sila if ever. Sabi ni Ma'am Jo, si John Vic all around na po, from Philippine politician, pare ang pagiging coach, sa basketball pinasok, now forensic, so ako na po rin doon po. Ano po next? Sabi ni CRY, hindi niya kasama si hubby or any family member to be with her, at least to comfort her. Bakit driver lang kasama? Well, I don't know if that's, marami pong explanations for that. Kasi, that kind of conclusion or, we will only be able to make if we know her. Baka naman sanay siya talaga na mag-isa siyang nagta-travel with just the driver. So, kumbaga, we can pick on that if we have more information about previous actuations or previous acts, sorry. Maganda tong observation ni Maisog 14. Hindi naman mahirap yan maresolba yung pagka ni Cabral kung walang itinatago at kung seryoso sila sa ginagawa nila. Excellent point. Sabi ni Yer, lahat sila defensive sa insertion pero aggressive sa confi funds ni VP Sara, hugas kamay with sabon. Ano ka, may hand sanitizer pa. Sabi ni Vlad, everything is plotted but some of them didn't go as planned kaya nagkakagulo sila. I think I agree with that, and I think also in part because it was horrible planning if it was planned, and it was horrible execution if it was indeed planned and executed. Baga, plus, these are horrible people. Okay, frequently asked question, I will be back on the spokes on the 26th. Sabi ni Strictly, imagine niyo po yung lineup ng 2028 against VP Sara, John Vic, Risa, possibly Bam Aquino. The stories and articles write themselves. I like that. Will it be inadmissible? It depends. Sino may sabing admissible na at inadmissible siya? Amsdale, may nagsabi ba na inadmissible yon? May nag-speculate on the inadmissibility of the list? If it is part of an official record, it will be admissible. So, sino pong nagsabi nun? Official po ba? Sabi ni Ma'am Tina, is the driver being considered a suspect? There are no suspects right now because so far the conclusion made by the DILG as announced by the Secretary is that this is a self-unaliving. Hi kay Sir Frank, Merry Christmas din po. From Miss Tikia, well, it will depend, like I said. If it is part of official records that were in her custody, then it is admissible. To say na inadmissible at this early stage might be premature kasi hindi pa rin natin alam how the law enforcers are going to act on it. Sa totoo lang, it can be treated as a clue, kumbaga, to direct where the investigation is going to go. So we don't even know if it is, since there is no court proceedings yet, it's premature to consider whether it will be admissible or not. We can establish there can be circumstances that can be established to include that as evidence. Sabi ni John, first year pa lang may PI na sila, it's all about staying in power. Kasabwat ang Malacanang dyan sa lahat ng schemes na yan, kaya sila nagtatakipan sa lahat ng kapalpakan nila. Ay. Sabi ni Streetwear Heroes, let's pray harder. God is watching all of their actions. That's good. That's a good action on our part, yes. Sabi ni Campbell, ang feeling ni Remulla, di siya mananalo 100% sure ako, di nyo na mauuto ang mga Pilipino, pikon na kami. Sabi ni G, long time strained na ang relationship nila na couple pero di lang sila separated. We're talking about the Cabrals, no? Yun yung okay. Well, I hope na, nahihiya naman akong i-ano yan. But we've heard that is going around, yes. Which is why, ewan ko, kumbaga, it seems to me rather a complicated thing. I don't know yet how it fits in the whole narrative. Sabi ni Francis, just for curiosity, what is the end point of all these events? Kasi po parang walang ending eh. And baka marami po pong buhay ang masasayang dahil sa problema ng korupsyon, cover up pa more. So, I don't know what you mean by what is the end point of this all. Iba-iba po kasi ang mga goals natin eh. So, whose goal are you asking about? I don't know who the guest is yet on the 26th. Sino kaya pwedeng makalaban ni Sara, sabi ni Yer. Sa ngayon, wala akong nakikitang matinding kalaban ni VP. Sabi, yan. Vlad was saying, I was wondering, is there any congressman who has already filed an impeachment case against BBM? Wala pa po. Sabi ni Melmar, para sa akin, command responsibility principle yan. Lahat ng nangyayaring kapalpakan ay dapat may chain of responsibility at dapat magkaroon sila ng B upang akuin ang responsibility. Sige, let's talk about not chain. Let's talk about command responsibility. Okay. That doesn't mean kunwari, the boss, may employee. Employee does something. Command responsibility will come into play only if he had knowledge, he had the ability to stop it, but he did nothing. And even then, command responsibility doesn't mean automatically may liability, criminal liability ka. Kailangan patunayan pala natin. Hindi yan i-assume. So, command responsibility, you can only indicate a responsibility on the person if he had some kind of control over the person. Yung criminal liability, inutos ba yan? Kung inutos yan, then meron siyang criminal liability, whether as a co-conspirator or parang yung boss. Kasama yan talaga. Number 2, if he had knowledge, but he did not act on it, may negligence siya. But he will not be fully responsible for the criminal act. Okay? So, do not assume that command responsibility automatically means may liability, lalo-lalo na sa criminal cases. There could be liability in administrative cases. Okay? But it will all still depend on the circumstances. Ulitin ko do not assume na simply because this person was the boss, pareho sila ng liability. Hindi po totoo yan. Sabi ni Campbell, bakit tahimik si Kong Toby after Zaldico mentioned BBM? No, I think hindi right away. I think ngayon tahimik siya. Di po ba nag-file si Kong Kiko dati? He tried pero hindi po natuloy. Let me double check. Double check natin ha. Wala. Hindi niya final. So, lahat ng news say that Kong Barsaga was to file or plans to file an impeachment case against the president. Meron siyang video na pinapakita niya yung impeachment complaint. But as to the actual filing, wala po. Wala pong balita na ganun. Oops, pero wait. Wala talaga. Intends to file lang yung mga balita tungkol dyan. Sabi ni Harris, it will only take time. BBM admin will eventually fall, lalo na ang foundation ng admin nila ay lies. Maaaring namuliti kasi PRD nung sinabi niya na weak leader si BBM noon, pero he really meant na weak. Excuse me. It's the persistent. Well, this cough only happens pag pagod na. Yer says, feeling ko, mga officials ngayon kuha pera more para after term nila fly lalo na sa ibang country. That's possible. In the case of some, yes, I think that's completely possible. Sabi ni Maisog 14, during FPRD's term, parang wala akong nabalitaan na ganitong nangyayari sa mga nasa katiwalian. Talagang pag merong katiwalian at sangkot, may due process, pero ngayon either guro-guro o lipad sa ibang bansa. Sa akin, okay, tama naman, di ba? Ito, aware ang government of how it looks. Aware ang administrasyon of how it looks. But there is no, pero it is Sec John Vic that we see who's trying to mitigate, trying to control the narrative. And that's what's happening now. They're trying to control the narrative. Ito ang mga iniisip ng mga tao. Diba? Tatlo ang theories dyan. Tumalon, tinulak, o tinago. Regardless, there's so much doubt in the public's mind and there's so much effort on the part of Secretary Remulla that it contradicts, di ba? Parang dahil sobrang binibenta nila yung supposedly nangyari, mas lalong hindi nagtitiwala ang mga tao na yan ang totoo, ang publiko na yan ang totoong kwento. Okay, when I say publiko, I don't mean every single person out there, but a lot of people have been expressing their mistrust or have been asking a lot of questions because it does not appear to be clearly enough. It's the facts that are being stated, allegedly, the circumstances being stated by Secretary Remulla do not sit well dun sa marami sa mga nanonood. So, again, whether it is true yung mga sinasabi ng administrasyon o hindi, what it boils down to is a lack of trust. And this lack of trust is born out of the paulit-ulit na lumalabas na mga actions and reactions on the part of the government officials themselves. Francis says, just to follow up, when I said endpoint, I simply am concerned of the effects of the corruption, which I believe the cause of Ms. Cabral's death. Is there, in the ordinary course of things, we investigate crimes, this is part of the day-to-day. Diba? Crimes happen, they're investigated, people comment. I do not still get what is the endpoint. What you're asking actually is what will be the result. Yun pa po yun. You're asking, anong magiging resulta nitong lahat? Kasi when you say endpoint, it appears to be a goal. So if your point is, anong magiging resulta? What's going to happen to us? Resulta ng mga lahat ng mangyayaring ito. We don't know that. There have been attempts at rallies and all that. And I think we should still continue to express our displeasure, our lack of trust, our dissatisfaction, our anger when it is, really nakakainis or nakakagalit. We continue to do that. And let's see what happens. Di ba? Ang nakikita ko dito is we are preparing for 2028 and we are also seeing so much of all of these current circumstances na gawa-gawa rin ng ilang mga miyembro ng administrasyon na no matter how it falls, they are trying to turn it into something something anti-Duterte. Yun. For example, their attempts to try to make it look like this is related somehow to Kong Pulong. Diba? May mga ganyan eh. May nakikita tayo na there's an attempt to spin to make sure na may mahahaging na Duterte. Yeah, I get that. So what we're doing now is it's a defense for 2028. Yan ang nangyayari. Even if a lot of the things that are happening ay ikinasasama ng administrasyon, they keep trying to turn it into something na ikasasama ng mga Duterte. So, it's like, how do you call this? Alam nyo yung, paano ba yan? Pag cornered yung isang animal, hindi na sila nag-iisip. Nangangalmot na lang. 'Di ba? At wild yung pangangalmot niyan. Madalas hindi na strategic. Nangangalmot na lang ng nangangalmot. So a lot of things that they're doing in defense of themselves, they don't make sense. A lot of the information that they are selectively releasing to us, a lot of it doesn't make sense kasi buhaw-buhaw eh. Ang daming missing components. The administration is trying to survive and trying to survive intact, trying to survive so that they can dictate what happens next after 2028. So this is what is happening. And in the meantime, on the other part, there are people defending their own particular parties, particular groups, particular interest groups. Many are defending also the right of the people to the truth, regardless, di ba, of how it's going to land. Who is Francis po, Mama Bebs? Cherry May says, Marcos, Lisa Tanas, Tambas, biggest plunderers in the Philippines. I get it. Ma'am Cheryl says, inubos po pera ng SSS kaya magpapautang ang SSS at tubo ang laki 7% po. Malaki din po sa GSIS. Wala na daw suporta sa mga Marcos administration. Pahirap lang sa Pilipinas ang ginagawa nila. At sabi ni Ma'am Bebs, galit na galit ako dyan sa Marcos na yan. And may basis naman po, ma'am. Sabi ni Maisog, alam niyo ba, noon kay FPRD, laging nasa isip ko at pakiramdam ko, nakaabang-abang lagi ang sasabihin niya tungkol sa mga nangyayari. Pero ngayon, inis ang nararamdaman ko bawat salita ni V. Benj says, panic mode na. Sabi ni Ma'am Tina, I love that Kong Pulong is finally fighting back. Me too. I love it. And it's always very well written. Sabi ni Arnold, mahirap na magtiwala sa isang Marcos o may dugong Marcos sa 2028. Sayang ang tiwala. Sinayang nila. Correct. Trolls daw yung supporters nila, sabi ni Melon yan. Sabi ni Puffy, tagal ng Soko, tinulak, pinatayo, suicide. Sa tatlong niyan, ang culprits, malapit lang ang biktima. Bago tayo lumipat ng so uulitin natin dalawa ang announcements ni Secretary Remulla today or the couple of days na that naka-react, kumbaga kailangan natin baklasin. Yung una, ang sinabi niya ay ina-assume nila dahil may natagpuan daw sila na ginagawang mga basement o nalimang palapag daw sa ilalim ng bahay ni former Congressman Saldico. At ang sabi niya, ito ay taguan ng pera. Ang basis niya para sabihin yan ay, sabi niya, well, normally, iisipin mo na parking yan. Pero sino bang gumagawa ng ganyang klaseng parking? And therefore, ina-assume namin na pang-taguan yan ng pera. So, gusto natin i-remind Secretary Remulla. Si Secretary Remulla. Gusto nating i-remind gently si Secretary Remulla na ang trabaho niya ay maglabas ng facts, ng impormasyon at hindi mag-speculate. Kasi ang lumalabas ay gumagawa na sila ng naratiba para sa kanilang propaganda, para sa kanilang storya, para iisipin ng mga tao na ang pinakakinamumuhian dapat dito ay si Kong Saldi at si Kong Saldi lang. Isa ito sa attempt na ilagay ang atensyon na hanggang dyan lang at hindi mabigyan ng atensyon yung mas higher ups. So ang mahalaga, kung Secretary Remulla, ay i-explain nyo din po sa amin kung bakit, o sa publiko, kung bakit wala po kayong investigasyon hanggang ngayon dun sa ibang mga pinupuntirya ni Congressman Saldico, ni former Congressman Saldico, tulad ng dating Speaker of the House, yung unang ginang, at kahit yung Pangulo. Reminder lang na si Pangulo ay immune from suit until matapos ang kanyang termino. Sabi ni Maisog, yung kapatid ko Makaleni. Makaleni ako dati, maka-BBM. Tapos, tinanong niya ako, bakit daw ngayon against na ako? Sabi ko, nabudol ako eh. Ay. Arnold says, di po maka-Duterte ang pamilya namin way back 2000, yet my parents, no choice to support them. Nagulat ako, lang plastic pala ang mga Duterte. Makatao, makamasa, totoo, kaya ako ay isang patunay na Duterte. PRD is the best. God is my witness. In my words, for I will face judgment when I die. Sabi ni Franz, hayaan niyo po, unti-unti na pong natutupad yung wish ni Miss Cara. Uy. Sabi ni King Enyano, why di nabalita sa mainstream yung pagbasura ng CA sa apela ni Nasa? Binalita naman po, pero hindi po masyadong naipalaganap. May mga style yan eh. Pag gusto ng mainstream na bigyan ng pansin, syempre i-headline nila yan. But in addition to that, ay madalas ilalagay nila sa mga social media nila at i-repost ng i-repost. So mukhang yung part na yon hindi po ginawa ng mga nagbalita. Sabi ni Den of Thieves, kung mananalo si John Vic Remulla sa pagka-presidente sa 2028, benta ko na lahat ng stocks ko sa PSEI at hindi mo na ako uuwi ng Pinas. Kawawang Pinas kung ganon. Aray. Hi Michael, sabi niya, nagtataka lang ako sa driver, sabi niya sinaway na sila ng mga pulis doon dahil peligro nga pero bumalik pa doon at hinayaan niyang mag-isa yung boss niya. Di niya ba alam ang issue? Ito may explanation ako for that. Kailangan i-take into consideration na hindi po equals ang driver at ang boss niya. Yung driver susunod yan sa utos ng boss. So kung mag-insist siya, mananaig pa rin ang utos ng boss. So it is also quite possible na determinado. O let's say, there was really an intent to unalive o may kamiting si madam, ayaw niya makita ng driver, mananaig yung sinasabi ni madam. Kung may intention siya mag-unalive, ayaw niya may makikialam, mag-i-insist siya doon sa kanyang gawa. So may explanation po yung mga ganyan. I'm not saying hindi valid yung katanungan ninyo, but I think that it is very easily explained. Thank you kay Bench McNabs. Okay, so maraming salamat po sa lahat ng sumubaybay sa ating live ngayon dito sa Facebook, sa YouTube at saka sa Rumble. Tutuloy pa rin po kami dito sa kabila sa TikTok. So if you want to join us, you need to search lang for @LuminusTCA. So maraming salamat po. Magla-live po tayo uli later. Thank you very much for your participation, sa lahat ng nagpa-super chat, super sticker at nagpadala ng stars and all other contributions at pagtutulong dito sa Luminous. We fully appreciate your support for Luminous and fully appreciate your continued participation dito sa aming live. Okay, so dito na po tayo sa TikTok. Thank you very much. Hanapin niyo lang po kami sa TikTok if you have any and we'll see you there. See you soon.